What's going on, everybody? I am Wade Elliott, R&B pop singer, songwriter, and rapper, coming at you yet again with another video. Oh, what's up, buddy? So today, what I want to do is that, well, first of all, let me introduce you to Louie, if you don't know him. This is my chihuahua. This is my buddy. My buddy. This is Louie. Everybody say hi to Louie. Louie, say hi to everybody. Today, I'm going to go over my setup as far as hardware. I keep having something in my eye. Alright, so today I'm going to go over my setup with my music and how I'm shooting this video today. As far as the hardware, I'm not going to get into software today. That'll be for another video. We're strictly going to go over hardware. Alright, so let's get into it. So right now, before I move anything, what we are filming on is my iPhone X. It is actually a hand-me-down from my girlfriend. I ended up buying her the iPhone 11 that is, for Christmas. This last year, in 2019, I bought that for her, and she gave me this as a hand-me-down. Next thing is, the lighting here, the bright white light, is a ring light that I bought for my girlfriend for photography and videography, because she was trying to do YouTube videos herself and trying to do some photography, but she hasn't done it in a while. So I was like, hey, can I use it since you're not really using it and you haven't been using it very often? Of course she said yes. And this is it's actually a newer ring light. I hear great things about newer, and so that's what I ended up getting her at the time, and now I'm using it. And the stand, I believe this is the stand that came with it. If not, it doesn't have a name on it. It's a non-brand or a no-name brand that's on here, so not too expensive. The stand that the iPhone is on, that we're filming on right now, I borrowed it from my my old band storage unit when we were practicing there, because it wasn't being used. We used it for maybe one live stream. The band and I used about 2 angles to 3 angles for a live stream, and this was just left over. It's actually kind of broken. The thing that cranks up to a bigger height, it's actually stuck on the highest. So yeah, it was kind of cheap. I don't think it has a name on it. Actually, let me think. It is a Sun Pack. I could be wrong. A Sun Pack 5858 something. I'll have the link for it in the description, and I'll have everything in the description below, by the way. So anything you miss here, if you decided to skim through it, I'll have a list at the bottom in the description of everything. So the chair I'm actually sitting in, if you're actually worried about the chair, this was also a hand-me-down. I'm like a hand-me-down king for some reason. I don't know. The chair was a chair that my parents decided to give to me. The chair before this was a... when we moved into this apartment, my girlfriend, her old job, they were getting rid of this old chair, not this one, but the chair before this one, that had like a chew mark, or like half of the handle thing was ripped off, and that was a free chair that I needed because I didn't have a computer chair. And then my parents decided to give me this one, which is actually nicer. When we lived there, I mostly used it, and they just don't have the space for a computer chair. Most of the time they're just going to sit at the kitchen table to be on their computers or laptops. So hey, got another one. So hand-me-downs are a great thing. They look like this, and it's not bad. Oh, going back to the camera, the iPhone, it's actually being shot in 1080p at 60 frames per second, which is just I think it's like the third before highest quality that the X offers on this update. I think it's like update 13 point something. Anyway, so that's what I'm being shot on, but it'll probably be dubbed down to 30 frames per second depending on what free software I use to edit this. I've been juggling video editing software, and experimenting, which I encourage all of you to do as well. There's something in my eye and I cannot shake it. Now, let's get into the stuff that's behind me, and yeah. Alright, so now we're doing a different angle, trying something new, trying something different, because, you know, you gotta keep doing that, stay frosty, you know. One thing I wanted to touch up that I missed on the other angle over here is that the purple or indigo light that gives me that nice vibe that I'm looking for. It's actually a fuse hue light that me and my girlfriend bought at Best Buy. We bought about 3 of them and put them out throughout the apartment to change the vibe and what have you, in case any mover feeling. So, and they're hooked up to our Google Home hubs, so we can just talk to them, and it's pretty neat. You don't have to get up and do anything. They also have an app as well, free app that comes with the Hue Light. In case you don't have a Google Home, you can just do it right there on your phone. Pretty easy, pretty simple, and yeah. So moving on to the actual hardware that we actually care about. Right here in front of me here, my microphone. The stand I'm using, I'm not sure what the stand is. It's probably a very old antique one I've used back in one of my mini bands that possibly a band member let me borrow, and we broke up, and then I just ended up keeping it. The cords, my buddy let me borrow one of his cords here. It's one of his with the Lifetime. I'm not really doing too well as far as the name brand. It's called Magime, Mogami. He recommended me these. It's actually my buddy Billy. He actually has a Backline. He actually has a podcast called the Backline Pod. You can check him out on Instagram. You check him out on YouTube here. I'll have a link for them in the description there. But yeah, he's offered me. He's really into gear, and he actually decided to, because I was using this old. This, as you can see, it's got electrical tape. It's got electrical tape because this is back when wrapping your microphone cords in electrical tape with different colors was cool back then. Now it's just kind of marked. This is a Whirlwind microphone cord. It's stood the test of time, and being having it taped and everything. I used to swing my microphones live when that was a thing. So yeah, it stood the test of time and swinging. So I actually like these. These actually have gone through many shows, many practices, and what have you. This cord is probably over 5 years old. So this one here, he decided to give it to me. So not give it to me, let me borrow. So I'm really grateful for Billy. The pop filter here is an SE pop filter. I got this. I can't remember what it cost, but I got it on Sweetwater. I bought a couple things in bundles. Just so I can get started as like kind of a Kickstarter. I had the money on the side, so I kind of just bought some things and bundled, just did 3 payments that Sweetwater offers. So the microphone here, the SM7B, I highly recommend this if you're doing like home recordings. This microphone was used for Michael Jackson recorded Thriller on one of these kind of microphones. Really, you don't need a pop filter for these, but I use the pop filter to kind of keep a distance from the mic. It reminds me not to get too close in case, when you get excited and what have you, you don't want to get too close. So I use the pop filter as a distance limiter. It can get very hot depending on how you push it. I actually just recently bought a cloud lifter. Probably one of the best purchases I've made so far. It's one of the single ones. This was about $170 off Sweetwater. I'm not sure about the price, but this actually is, if you have a SM7B, you're definitely gonna need the cloud lifter. 100%. It's going to make this mic so much better, because I've been my whole other EP that I did, the Love Avenue EP, I recorded without one of these. With the old setup that I used to have, but I use this now for all my recent recordings now, and it has made my recordings and mixing and mastering that much better. So definitely pick up a cloud lifter, even if it's not for the SM7B. This just definitely helps, and this is the cheaper route to go. If you just want to do, you just got one mic, definitely go with this one. Oh, another thing about this microphone is that it's pretty direct, so a lot of the side noise can't really get doesn't really get picked up. That is unless you're running on a very hot, you have your sensitivity, your gain turned really high up. So yeah, love this microphone. The laptop I'm running an Acer. Let me find out exactly what I'm running. Alright. Sorry, I had to look up what exactly my laptop was. I can't remember. It's been like 2 years since I bought it. Me and this computer have had a love-hate relationship. Sometimes it'll shut off by itself and I'll get the blue screen of death, but it hasn't happened at all in a while. So knock on wood. This is a Acer Nitro AN50151 gamer laptop that I bought from Best Buy. It was about $800 at the time. And the monitor I bought as well with it was another $200, so a total of $1,000 of an investment for me to do this. This is an HP monitor, nothing too special. It's a 23ES, just something because I liked it. It was cheap and it's big, so went from there. I was actually running on a MacBook Air that again was a hand-me-down from my girlfriend. I was actually running GarageBand on that for a while, and then of course my logic board, either my logic board or my thermal paste for my CPU kind of crapped out because the MacBook Air is a 2013, so it's pretty old. Probably just needs more thermal paste, but I was running GarageBand for a while. Over 10 years I've worked with GarageBand since I was, maybe 18, 31 now. And I haven't touched it in about 2 years. I've actually been working with FL Studio now. I said I wasn't going to get into any software, but here we are. I'm actually running FL Studio now, and that's mostly why I went with Windows. Besides the price, I went with a new DAW because it also had plugins and features that I thought would be best for me. But yeah, so moving on to more hardware, not software. If y'all want me to go through more software stuff, let me know in the comments below, please. I'm more happy to do it, or if you want to hit me on a DM, either on Instagram, you can email me, or even hit me on my website or Facebook. That'll also be in the description below too, so y'all let me know. I'll be happy to let y'all in on what I do and what my software is. So moving on. So my monitors are probably the cheapest thing that I'm running and pushing on this desk here. These are M-Audio Studio Pro 3s. I don't think they even make these anymore. These came out of a Pro Tools beginner pack. I believe Guitar Center sold at one point, probably 6-7 years ago. These are also another hand-me-down from two people. My buddy Billy, who I've just referenced in this video before with the Backline Podcast, again, they will be in the description below. He first had them, and then my drummer, Danny, who's also in a band called Alika now, he actually had them, and he's like, I'm never going to use these. He has his own that he likes, and he just ended up giving them to me. So they ended up with me, and I've been using them ever since, and they've worked out for me. They are not the best, but I'm using what I have until what I have can pay for something what I want. Alright, so now we're going to shift over to my interface. Over here, if you can't see, it's a white light. I'll see if maybe I'll put a picture of it right here of it. So, this is a borrowed interface from my buddy Billy from the Backline Podcast. Thank you again, Billy, for everything you've been giving me and helping me out. Again, if y'all haven't checked them out, check them out. They do gear reviews. They're big gearheads, at least Billy is. And so yes, this is a Steinberg UR-RT2. This actually has pushed my production further than I've imagined as well. I've actually offered to pay him to actually buy this off him. He actually favors it a lot. He does have his own interface now, but again, it's probably a piece of equipment that he's not willing to give up, so I know that it's got to be really good. And plus, since I've been using it for about 5-6 months now, yeah, it's definitely worth the money, which is just another goal for me to set. To purchase one myself because it's really effing good. When it comes to my keyboard, I'm using the Akai MPK Mini, which is the limited edition, which has the black keys that are white and the white keys that are black. Very easy to use. This was a Christmas present from my girlfriend's dad to me. So Rich, I appreciate you. When I was running as an interface before Billy let me borrow the Steinberg, I was running everything off this right here. It's a Line 6 Pod HD that is actually discontinued now. I bought this because, one, I didn't want to record with a guitar with an amp, and this was directly in, and it sounded great. I actually ended up I ended up actually downloading patches, couple patches, on Line 6 site. They still have those patches today. If you manage to find one either on eBay or on Amazon, or if you're around the corner or you're on Facebook Marketplace, definitely buy it if you're in a budget. This is 8 years old. I've had this. Very easy to use. I've recorded my whole Love Avenue EP, which is also, I'll put in the description as well. You can check it out. I recorded all my vocals through this. I've even recorded my old band's demos through this. It's super easy to use. You can either edit it on the computer or you can edit it straight into the here. And I used the SM7B to do that, and I ended up making the best out of it, and that's what we do. We make the best of what we got. In the digital age, we can do anything. And yeah, this thing was bought, at the time I bought it, it was about maybe almost $400 when I bought this, and it had everything that I wanted. It had a mic to record microphone, record my vocals, whether I'm singing or screaming, records guitar, or bass. It's got bass presets in it, it's got guitar presets in it, and again, the community with the patches you can download. I'm pretty sure they're still up there now, and they're free. People just throw them up there. You can tweak them, make them your own. Very simple to use, and this one also, you can have a foot switch. It's got like a 4-channel foot switch, A through D, and we used this live as well a couple times. My old band, and it worked out flawlessly. Alright, so there you have it. This has been my hardware of setting up production wise, and as far as my audio production wise and what I'm running. Thank y'all so much for stopping by, and if you like this video, like the video down there on the bottom there on the right side right there. Also hit subscribe, that's right to the right, and then back to your left with that bell icon so you'll be notified every time I post videos like this. Of course, I'm working on Tuesdays at 3:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Saturdays 5:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Those are my schedules right now. So if you're ever looking for a video from me, those are the times I'm going to be posting as of right now. So if you wanted me to go through software or any other video suggestions, let me know in the comments below. And again, subscribe, like, and hit the bell icon, and I'll see y'all later. Thank y'all so much.